Ox and Hare present the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society. The Swashbuckling Ladies Holiday Swordtacular.
Greetings, listener! Wrap yourself up warmly as you listen to another tale from the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society. Holidays are the time to be with the ones you love, but unfortunately that's not an option for our heroes, as Zinnia has been cruelly abducted by the agents of the Six. And Saffron wants nothing more for the two of them to be reunited. We begin our tale not in the seaside city of Massalia, but instead on the wet waves of the Mediterranean Sea.
Don't wake up. Don't wake up. Don't wake up.
Good evening, Goldie. Or should I say good morning?
Who? Oh, Saffron, what are you doing out here?
I could ask you the same, although I don't really have to guess.
What do you mean?
You're skulking around the ship in the dark, still in your fancy dress from dinner, carrying your shoes in your hand.
I wasn't skulking. I was catching the night air.
Wasn't that the captain's cabin you just exited?
Was it? Such a large boat. I get lost sometimes. When I'm on my night walks, that is. The ones I take all the time.
Relax, Goldie. You're an adult. I'm not judging you.
It's just Captain Pollux, Alistair. He's been so kind to me. It sort of just happened, and then it kept on happening. And
I see.
I'm not normally like this. It's something about him or the boat or I don't know.
You don't have to tell me. I know what kinds of things can happen on long sea voyages.
Oh, listen to me going on about my love affair while you're out here all by your lonesome.
It's fine, Goldie. I'm happy you're happy.
But you aren't.
No, I'm not. The nights are the hardest. I still wake up and reach for her. You'd think I'd enjoy finally having the bed to myself, but I'm so used to hearing her breathe. It's too quiet.
We're going to get her back.
Yes, of course we are. It's the waiting that's the hardest. I can't do anything until we're back on dry land, and it's making me crazy. Plus, no, never mind.
What is it?
Zinnia would have loved this. She adores the sea. It's actually where we met.
Really? I've never heard this story.
There's a couple good reasons for that, but, well, I don't think she'd mind me telling you. Of course, we remember a couple of the events differently, but it's not every day you meet the love of your life. Not that I had a clue about that then. It was my first sea voyage. Father'd been afraid of the water, so we'd stayed on dry land. But now that he and Mother were both gone, there was nothing holding me back. Aside from the paralyzing fear I'd inherited, of course. But he was both insistent and persuasive.
Wait. He? Who is he?
Ah, yes, our first new character. Bartholomew Harrington III. My fiancé.
Your fiancé. You were going to be married. To a man.
I was a very different person back then, Goldie. I was following the path my parents had put me on. Even after they were gone, they still held sway over my life. Bart had been their choice for me, and as always, I deferred to their judgment.
So it was like an arranged marriage.
Not specifically. I was always led to believe these were my choices, that they were what was best for me. I thought I was in love with him. At least, what I understood love to be. Bart was kind to me. Charming, but simple.
He sounds like a golden retriever.
Well, he'd booked us on a holiday cruise. He wanted to take me away from familiar settings to help stave off the sadness of my first holiday without my parents.
Well, that was very sweet of him.
It was, but it turns out that wasn't the only reason.
Ooh, foreshadowing.
That's right. I stepped out of the cab and spotted him near the edge of the dock, talking to a strange little man in a furry hat.
Oh, Saffron, there you are.
Good morning, Bart. Who's your friend?
Friend? No, this man was just asking for directions. It's right that way, you can't miss it.
Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît.
Of course.
Cutting it a little close, dearest. You weren't thinking of standing me up, were you?
No, of course not. It's just, well, being away so long, there's so many things to have in order.
Pish posh, that's what we have servants for.
I don't have any.
Now that's all done. It's time for some fun. No, not that way, that's steerage. This is our entrance.
Oh my, it's a very large boat.
Ship. And it ought to be for how much I paid for first-class tickets. The HMS Olympic. Come on, let's check out our staterooms. Dearest, you actually have to come up the ramp to get onto the ship.
Yes, of course. Here I go. Stepping off solid land.
That's right. Just follow me. Bart's got you. Ah, just look at that view of the city.
Our last glimpse of civilization for a month. Huh. I thought there'd be more swaying.
What? Of course not.
Well, that's a relief.
No, that'll happen once we cast off.
Oh, great.
What's wrong, dearest?
I don't know what I'm going to do with my time.
I thought you'd brought a whole steamer trunk full of books.
Well, yes, but a person can only read so much. I'm not used to being so idle.
Saffron, you're rich, young and beautiful. You should be an expert in idleness by now. And it just so happens you're marrying an expert on the subject. I'll show you all my tricks. Now, where is that steward? Ah, there he is, arguing with that woman.
And that's when I saw her for the first time. Zinnia.
And it was fireworks and the music swelled. Love at first sight.
No.
What do you mean, no?
This will be hard to explain, but I didn't know myself very well then. I didn't know what I was feeling. I knew that she was the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. But my brain just processed it as you would a painting. Pretty, but something to be catalogued and put away.
And the rest of you?
That's where it got confusing. My whole body surged. That's the only way I can explain it. I was short of breath, my heart was pounding. I could only find one explanation for it. Oh, Bart, I think I'm getting seasick.
Nonsense, we're still standing still. Come along, Saffron, let's see if we can get this sorted out.
Oh, madam, I don't understand what you are saying, but this bag cannot be brought up on deck. It must be stowed away.
Essayez de prendre mon sac à nouveau vos chiens américains lait et je vais retirer vos mains.
What's going on here?
I'm sorry, sir, but this French woman won't allow me to take her bag.
Here now, let the man do his job.
I've tried that, sir, but she doesn't seem to speak any English.
Allow me to assist.
You speak French?
Sadly, no, but perhaps we can find something in common. Bonjour.
Bonjour, belle chose. Parlez-vous français?
No, Serena Milas Alenika.
No. Wie говорит по-русски?
Russian? No. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
Ein bisschen?
Wunderbar.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
Not a clue, sir.
Good news. We've made a connection. Through German, if you can believe it. Steward, I'm afraid she's quite insistent that she keep her trunk with her, but she's willing to carry it herself. You may go, and here's for your trouble.
Well, thank you, madam, but see, it gets moved out of the walkway before the other guests arrive.
Of course.
Entschuldigen Sie, aber würden Sie mir Englisch beibringen?
Oh my.
What does she want now? Money, I expect.
No, she asked if I'd teach her to speak English.
Ah, well, you were looking for a shipborne project. It appears one has found you.
And so it has. Natürlich würde ich.
Ausgezeichnet. Aber lass den langweiligen Karol zurück.
What was that? Was that about me?
No, of course not. And so it went. By night, I was the dutiful fiancé, doting and subservient, always quick with a refill or a giggle at a terrible joke. But by day, it was Zinnia and I learning about language and about each other.
So you two were.
Stop your eyebrows from waggling. Nothing like that happened. It was just as I said. We talked, we laughed, we communicated. Those days in our cabin, it was just the two of us. The whole world was gone. Never once did I think I'd met a future paramour.
You'd found a friend.
The best. Like we'd always been friends. We just hadn't met yet. And it's likely it would have gone on just like that.
But something happened.
It was more like a series of somethings. Zinnia is much more a believer in fate than I am, but sometimes the universe nudges and sometimes it shoves. We'd spent the day in the books, but I suggested we take a walk around the deck. I'd teach her the words for parts of the ship.
And if it happened to be a romantic walk at sunset.
The thought never crossed my mind.
Que fait cet homme?
English, s'il vous plaît.
This man, what he is doing?
That's the steward, and he seems to be staring up at the sky. Excuse me, steward.
Yes, madam. And, madam, is there something I can do for you?
No, we were just wondering what you were looking at.
Oh, it's nothing to concern yourself with.
How you say, le chat, it was killed by curiosity.
Yes, we're curious.
It's odd, but one of the smokestacks isn't smoking. You see, the third one? The captain says the engines are running fine, but not a puff from number 3. It's not a safety issue or anything, it's just concerning.
Yes, I'd imagine so. Ouch! Watch yourself.
Away, you princess.
You again. You must learn to watch where you're going, sir.
Qui était ce petit homme poilu?
English, s'il vous plaît.
The strange hairy man. Who was who?
Who was the strange hairy man?
Oui, this is what I am asking to you.
No, I meant... Never mind. Steward, do you know...
Eek, it's gone! Where did it go?
Oh no, not again.
Again?
My necklace, it's missing!
Excuse me? I must see to this.
A moment longer, please. You said again. What did you mean?
Please keep it to yourself, but there's been a rash of items gone missing. But spirits up! It's a ship, so they have to be on board somewhere. We'll get to the bottom of it. Now, please, excuse me. Madam? Madam!
Huh.
Y a-t-il un problème?
A moment longer.
Quel?
When you spoke to the steward, you said, "A moment longer, please," and more. It was nearly perfect, in grammar and structure. I couldn't help but think, in all your lessons, we haven't covered time.
Have we not?
Zinnia, have you been sandbagging?
No, not this world. Sandbagging?
You speak English. You did from the moment we met.
This. Perhaps I might have understood more than I expressed.
You lied to me.
No, never lied. Just partially concealed my level of skill. I still haven't learned much from you, like our walk today. Port, starboard, bow, aft. I knew none of these things.
I don't understand. I thought we were friends. Why would you conceal this?
How better to spend time with you?
What does that mean?
Saffron, dearest! Ah, there you are. I heard a scream and I was so afraid something had happened to you. Oh, hello.
Zinnia, monsieur.
Ah, yes, I knew it was some sort of flower. Just like saffron. I just put that together. I'm sorry, have I walked into the middle of something?
Has he, Saffron?
No, not at all. I just took a fright when that woman screamed.
My poor Saffron, so timid of spirit. Big Bartholomew is here to take care of you. I'm afraid your English lessons for the day are concluded.
Of course. Take care of your fiancé. Saffron, will I see you in the morning for our next lesson?
Of course. We have a lot of information to cover. Good night, Zinnia.
Bonne soirée.
You didn't out her.
What?
You could have totally busted her for lying to you. Told Bart that she was concealing things from you. You didn't owe her anything. But you didn't. Why?
Back then I didn't know. But it weighed on me. I couldn't sleep that night. My head and my heart wouldn't let me. I got up, dressed, and left my cabin.
And you pounded on her cabin door and demanded she tell you her true feelings.
I might have done just that. Unfortunately, I never had the chance.
Why?
Because no sooner had I raised my hand to knock than the door swung open to reveal Zinnia. And she wasn't dressed for sleep either.
Saffron!
Zinnia, I need to tell you something.
And I wish nothing more than to hear it, but you must come inside.
Into your cabin. At night. It wouldn't be proper.
Perhaps no, but it is necessary. You must come now.
What?
Shush!
I have heard enough from you, eh? Now it is my turn. I have let you have your fun, but the time is over. We need to go, and go now. Let's get while the getting is good.
Zinnia,
Please, remain quiet. They mustn't hear us.
it's just you're holding me very close.
Well, the better to conceal ourselves. Now, listen.
No, this is the way it will be. I have all the jewelry and the escape plan. We leave now, and no one is the wiser. Come on, let's climb.
I think he's gone. You can let go of me now.
If you insist.
What was all that?
You heard, yes? The jewel thief, he is attempting to make the escape, and I must stop him.
Why you?
Why not me?
But you're just a girl.
Oh, no. I am a woman. As are you. And you can help me.
Oh no. Outside of the library, I'm quite useless. Bart says I was born with all thumbs.
I'm sure that is not all of the things he says that are untrue.
What did you say?
Now, where is it? Where?
What are you looking for in your trunk?
Ah, an extra one of these. You know how to use this?
Oh no. I mean, I took some fencing lessons in boarding school, but that was years ago.
Ah, the muscles that do not forget. Can I give you one bit of advice?
Please.
Make sure the sharp part goes into the other person. Now, allons-y.
Oh heavens, what am I doing?
Just a few more Windsor knots, and all my precious loot will be secured.
Not so fast.
What? Mademoiselle Liberté? But how?
Mademoiselle who?
I'll explain later. For now, blade up.
Oh yes.
Did you need a moment to confer,
Of course not. Monsieur, I have been tracking you.
or... Simple businessman, like myself? Whatever for, eh?
Your only business is robbery, and you're anything but simple. In point of fact, you are Capitaine Québécois, former Canadian officer, now international jewel thief.
The jig, as they say, is up. You have found me out. I am indeed he. But I'm afraid I did not come unprepared for such an event. Take this!
Oh! What is this sticky substance? It smells so good, but it makes movement impossible.
I always carry a batch of my maple muck, should anyone try to catch me. The syrup will cause you to stick fast, whilst I make my escape. Goodbye, liberty!
Saffron, the knock missed you. You can still stop him.
You want me to stab him with a sword? I don't think I can do that.
Then do what you can. I know you have it in you to be more than a simple housewife. Lives are on the line.
Lives? What lives?
No time to explain. I hope you'll forgive me for this.
For what?
Capitaine, you've forgotten one thing.
I forget nothing, eh?
Ma assistante, Mademoiselle Égalité.
Oh, heavens.
You have a protege? And what do you bring to the mix, little miss?
Oh, I'm nothing special. But, there's this one thing that confuses me.
And what is that?
Help me understand. You rob rich people of their gems and then sneak away in a lifeboat. So you just float and hope someone picks you up. I don't get it.
My plan is much more cunning than this, eh? A float? Yes. But boat? I think not. Behold.
Are those balloons?
Oh, yes. With the prevailing winds, I will float my way to Greenland with all my ill-gotten gains.
No wonder the smokestack was blocked. You were using the hot air to fill your balloons.
Indeed I was. This one is a smarty, eh?
Much more than what she seems.
Now you know my plan. What are you going to do about it?
Well, as you've been gloating, I seem to have gotten between you and your dirigible. So, since it's just the two of us, to escape, you're going to have to go through me.
Just the two of us? Whoever said I was alone, eh?
I got the last of the gems all tied up, CQ. Now we just need to... Oh, drat.
Bart? You're working with him?
Yes?
But why? You're rich.
I was. But it turned out that I was spending Mummy and Daddy's money faster than expected. You know, keeping up with this lavish lifestyle, courting a rich girl.
Don't you dare try to blame this on us.
But don't you see, it's all about us. With this haul and maybe a few others, I can set us up for life. We never have to work. We'll be as idle as we please.
Is that what you think I want?
Dearest, you don't know what you want. You never have. But I'll take care of everything. All you have to do is put down that sword and walk away. Go back to your cabin, have a drink, and all this will be like a bad dream.
And what about her?
Her who? Is that your student? Oh, I expect we'll knock her out and be on our way. What is she laughing at? What are you laughing at?
He doesn't know. You haven't told him.
I might have skipped a few things. His orientation period was quite brief.
Captain Québécois is no mere thief. He's a master criminal, one with an established modus operandi. Once he steals, he kills. The Captain leaves no witnesses behind.
How better to stay anonymous and stop any pesky owners seeking to recover their stolen wares.
Unless I miss my guess, he will trigger their ship to sink once he is away from it.
Alas, I have become too predictable in my old age. But yes, this is true. I can be little more than what I am.
But all these innocent people.
Worse things happen at sea, eh?
But I never signed on for that.
Oh, yes, you did. When you said, Capitan, don't bother me with the details.
People's lives are not a detail.
In the grand accounting, it is just a few more zeros, eh? Bartholomew, are you escaping to safety, or will you stay and die with your conscience?
Bart, stand with us.
I'm sorry, darling. Some of us are born to go with the flow.
And some of us to change the current. Allez hop!
Zinnia, you're free.
But how?
You owe me for a new pair of boots. But I don't mind fighting you in my naked feet.
It's bare feet, not naked.
You would use this time facing off against a notorious criminal and your lying fiancé to correct my words?
I just think it's important. But you do raise a good point. Bartholomew Harrington III, the engagement is off.
Well, fine. There's more fish in the sea.
And you'll be meeting many of them very soon.
Hold it right there, mon capitaine.
Your reputation with the blade is well known, Liberté.
Merci.
As is mine for a quick escape, eh?
Not so fast.
Your sword! It has punctured my balloon!
Eye of the bull, yes?
Close enough.
No, don't leave me!
You fool! Let go of my leg! It cannot take the extra weight!
We're too high!
And drifting, of course! Take off, eh?
Don't leave me! Ah!
The smokestack! I can't descend! Shoot the mord! Is this the end of Capitan Québécois? Ennui!
Ow, my leg!
You deserve it. And more.
Saffron! Bygones. You've seen me at my lowest. There's nowhere to go but up.
Oh, Bart. You haven't reached bottom quite yet. But I'm sure the constabulary help you find it.
Dearest!
And this is for lying.
Oh!
Saffron, are you alright?
That was... We were... Did you see what...
You kissed me.
I did. I did? Did I? I didn't. I mean, I was so caught up in the... You kissed me back.
I did. The first of many, I hope.
I don't...
Saffron at a loss for words? Truly, something remarkable must be happening.
I don't know how to. I hadn't even considered.
Hush, Saffron. I understand. But listen to me. The most important thing you need to hear is this. I feel it too.
You do?
Mais oui, without a doubt in my heart. And as you have taught English to me, perhaps you will allow me to instruct you in this.
In what, exactly?
Love, sweet Saffron. A most rare and beautiful thing.
In that case, I will be your eager student. For as long as you'll have me.
Well, my last instructor never got to explaining time, so it might be quite a while.
Then I suppose we better get started.
And the two of you whisked off to a chapel in the nearest foreign port, were married, and lived happily ever after.
Oh no, not even close. That's when the courtship began.
The what?
I may have made a breakthrough, but this amazing woman was still a stranger to me. And as you can imagine, my trust had taken a hit. Oh, the hoops I made poor Zinnia jump through. I'm surprised she stuck with me. And then there was all that business with the hyenas.
The what? Did you say hyenas?
Oh, but that's a story for another time. It's late and I'm getting chilly. But thank you, Goldie. Telling that story, it helped me feel closer to her.
I'm glad I could help. But you really need to tell me the next part of that story, and soon.
Tell you what, let's rescue my wife, and I'll let her tell it.
You've got yourself a deal.
No tinsel, no eggnog, no chestnuts this year. But it's not a sad holiday because our heroes have something more important. Hope! The hope that one day soon they'll be reunited. And that's what we hope for all of you listeners. We wish nothing but the best for you and yours in the coming year. From all of us here at the Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society. Join us in the new year for the next set of adventures. And to all, a good night.
Ox and Hare's Swashbuckling Ladies Debate Society is written by Kyle Olson, performed by Amy Shaw, Anastasia Anthony Plum, Justin Kent, Christopher R.K. Campbell, Kara Gallo, Louis Farber, Stephen Frankenfield, and Kyle Olson. Directed by Kyle Olson, produced by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Follow us on Twitter at Ox and Hare. Check out our Facebook page or come by our website, oxandhare.com, where we've got mysteries to unravel, the undead to console, and a time traveler. Just not all at once. Find new adventures each week on Ox and Hare's Monday Matinee. Come along.